So, back with another video. I know it's been a minute. I've not been as consistent with uploading as I had been in the beginning, but I intend to get back to it. Been kind of preoccupied with some other endeavors that I've been honored actually to be a part of. And so it's taken me a little bit away from this particular area of my ministry, but I'm glad to be here. I hope you all are having a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving weekend. And, I just wanted to come on here and kind of talk about being despondent. Oftentimes we have issues that arise in our lives, triggers that cause us to spiral sometimes into a state of almost what it seems to be depression. And it could be for many reasons and valid reasons. It's not a good feeling though, right? So I'm here to tell you, whatever you're going through, whatever it is that is seemingly mentally having a hold on you, on your progress, on your self-worth, your self-esteem, I submit to you this day that you are free from it. God has already taken care of whatever it is. It may not feel like it. You may not see the fullness of the revelation that is your future. You may not see or can conceive what it is that God has in store for you because it's been so consistent in this state, again, the seemingly state of, the same kind of thing, the same kind of way of feeling, the same results even, and you have to kind of look at it outside of it sometimes, I believe, to really get into a mind frame that'll help bring about these things that we want. So for me, it's like, okay, I may have a day where I'm like totally triggered by something, and then it brings up past things and past feelings that I'm really not comfortable with feeling. I don't want to feel like that. I don't want to rehearse things that have happened. I don't want to wallow in self-pity. I don't want to do any of that. I just want to be happy, just like the rest of the world, I guess. Most of us, I think we just want to be happy, and I know life happens and that's not always going to be our state of being. There's a balance, but these things come up and then it just makes us feel so depressed, so oppressed sometimes. And it's just really disheartening when we're trying to focus on the things that we are meant to be doing, So I think that what I do most times when this happens is I really have to put myself in the arena of what I know the truth is, my mindset in a different arena. Because just because this is what it is now and this is what I'm experiencing does not mean that that is the law. It's not, and it's proven so many times that when my belief increases, when my faith increases, my results increase. So it's kind of like a battle. It's like I already know that because I've rehearsed that several times and seen the outcome. But when those strongholds have an effect on you so much so that you're having a battle with your belief and with your faith, it's like, you want to trust God for the situation. You want to trust God that he's going to deliver to you what he's promised or what you believe according to his will. But then your flesh side is constantly playing tug of war with that. It's like, oh my goodness. So we really have to sit back and intentionally put ourselves in a mind frame that is level and that is bringing every thought down that it sees itself against, or that against the knowledge of Christ, bringing those thoughts into obedience, right? So that's what we're supposed to do. So we have to be conscious of that, because it's easy for us. The flesh will be like, yeah, I'm just going to cry about it, or I'm just going to wallow a little bit in self-pity. I'm going to feel sorry for myself. I'm going to have all of these thoughts and feelings and all of these emotions that I'm going to embrace, when that it's sometimes necessary because we have to process stuff, but sometimes we have to intentionally reject it. We have to intentionally rebel against those fleshly feelings that are not serving us, because it's not going to help, for one thing. So instead we can spend that time increasing our faith. So just as well as we can say, this is how it is, or I'm tired of this, or I don't deserve certain things, or I feel like it's always this way, we can certainly say in place of it, it's not always going to be this way. I know something great is around the corner. I know God has something in store for me. I know that I deserve better. And I know that I serve a God who loves me enough to ensure that I get my expected end. So we have to really reframe our way of thinking when we get into these mindsets that causes us to not only just feel defeated, but also prevents us from taking that next step towards our preferred future. As soon as we become consistent in that, in our speech about it, in our thinking about it, it totally get to a point where we reject anything opposed to what God has already said, what he's promised, and what our desires are, because we can create our realities with the faith given to us through Christ Jesus. So there's no excuse for it. There's no excuse for us to, now if we want to sit around and have a pity party day, okay, we all do it. I do it. I have. And I'm like, this sucks. But I can't see, you can't keep a good man down, you can't keep a good woman down. So like at some point, I'm going to have to get up out of that some point really soon, because it's not even characteristic of us as children of God to be in that place. It doesn't even feel right. So that's a problem in and of itself. So that's adding more to the already existing problem. So I encourage all of you to just hang in there and know that things are about to change for you. Your reality as it is now, if it's not preferred, you have the authority to change it. You have the authority to think and speak it into existence and act upon it, and just wait in faith. I don't care. You have to get to a point where it ain't even a question as to whether these things are going to come into fruition, because they are. You just keep hanging on and you keep the faith. Keep and stay in a state of joy and thanksgiving while you're doing it. Be kind to others, give to others, sow some good seeds while you're waiting. You know what I mean? So when the harvest comes, it's going to be an overflow of all things great. So keep shining, and I'll talk to you all next time. Thank you.